Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Jennifer Shepard, and I'm so excited to be here talking with you today. And I'm sorry that I actually can't be there in person to present this, but I appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to you very quickly today for a little short talk about modern learning and nursing continuing professional development. A little bit about myself. I've been a registered nurse in the United States for 30 years. My current role is with the American Nurses Association as Director of Nursing Education and Product Management. So with that, we have a short amount of time today. So I want to get started a little bit and talk a little bit about, share with you my screen. Because what you're going to get access to, and hopefully you see on the screen, is right now this slide that is really like a poster. But I've done it a little bit differently. Instead of just a poster where it's just, trying to bring it to life a little bit more. And this is when we start talking about modern learning, technology, using what we have in the skill set to be able to bring it to life a little bit more. And so I'm gonna ask you to, when you can, use the QR coding. So the first QR code that's in the orange box, this is what is modern learning. I want you to, use your phones to scan that QR code. It's gonna bring you to a video. That video is an avatar. The avatar is used as a speaker. A piece of this is not that it's like replacing me as a speaker doing it, but it kind of is, because when we go to hire our subject matter experts, the production and the resources and time it takes for us to put those on, hire the SMEs, facilitate a call like this in Teams or on Zoom or wherever platform you want, is so much more expensive than what this software cost and the time invested. Building this avatar took me 15 minutes. Provided a script, decided what avatar I wanted in the voice, and it popped it out immediately after I was done. And I had a little bit of tweaking to do, but the time it saved me to be able to do this, that you all can experience that just that tiny little paragraph of information, was very valuable. And it made you interact and engage in a very different way than you would any other poster session that at least I've seen. So it's important to realize when we talk about modern learning is to look at it, and because we already know it's technology being incorporated across all the industries, right? It says it on the poster there. And we're trying to move it into nursing a lot more. But what it's going to require for us, of those of us who are in healthcare education and nursing education, is specifically to make sure that we understand the learners and how they need to interact with the technology in order to have the outcomes that they desire. Not necessarily what we desire, but what their outcomes are and what they want to get out of their own professional development. So we need to make sure that it's compatible across these technologies. And one of those, and I put in the other QR code, which is the red QR code with the title Emerging Technologies and Innovations. That'll give you another avatar video that talks about those things that are breaking through. Virtual simulation, augmented reality, again, use of avatars, but also wearable technology and the data and the analytics that goes along with that, and what that means for us in that space, and how we can educate nurses better using those wearables, and how we can educate nurses in improving. And then lastly, there's the implications of this emerging modern learning and technologies that we're getting into. You can't not include the metaverse. How we can actually really apply it into nursing education and healthcare professional development. In first thing that comes to mind would be something like virtual conferences. And while we've been putting virtual conferences on for a really long time, especially during the pandemic, we're not into things that might not be as interactive or as engaging. A lot of feedback is that, well, they still feel disconnected because they're not there into the discussion room. Well, what if nurses and healthcare providers can then put themselves using avatars into a metaverse setting, into a virtual conference? So looking at that technology and how it can apply, how we then get those outcomes back in professional development, measuring the data that comes back, the outcomes on that education and that reach is going to be super important. So we just need to make sure that we're collaborating, that we're keeping up to date with the technology because it changes so fast. ChatGPT is actually another thing that's changing every single day, it feels like, but really keeping up to it and then meeting the needs of nurses and other healthcare professionals in their professional development, meeting them where they're at as we get this started and as we get we pivot to make sure we're incorporating the right type of technology to make sure that we're achieving our goals, which is inclusive of professional development, but ultimately better quality outcomes and better patient care. So I appreciate your time today. That's all the time I have. Again, please feel free. My email is at the bottom of the slide that I provided. Please feel free to reach out to me and let's talk some more if you'd like. So appreciate it. Have a wonderful conference and session. I appreciate your time. Thank you.